All right. There's a recap. Today was like it wasn't god awful, but like it was like it's hard. So the reason why I think it was so hard for me today, this day's price action was just because we're at all-time highs and I don't have a lot of experience. Uh, well, I have no experience with this strategy, trading all-time highs, and I'm very kind of scared to take shorts at all-time highs just because we're at all-time highs. Um, and that's kind of the only setups that happened today. Um, so as you can see, it was mostly just pretty choppy today, but there was definitely a couple of trades that I want to go over. Um, let's see. Yeah. So going on the 1 minute, um, you really didn't have much. Let me just scroll over real quick. Yeah. So yeah, 9:30. We're kind of chopping around, whatever. Then Asia, not Asia. Oh my God. Uh, the ES sweeps out London lows, right? So you have an SMT there. We get displacement. But then you just kind of, chop around again, more chopping around. And, this is kind of where, you're like, oh, okay. It's just gonna be one of those days. I don't trade now. I'll trade later in the PM session, as you would think, right? Um, but PM session was pretty ass too. Uh, so there was this trade. Now, this trade right here, um, on the actual NQ pair, not the micro chart, this was a sweep. And apparently there's an SMT here or some shit. I don't know. And then we got that inverse. The reason why I didn't take this inverse was we were in chop number one and number two. I might have been more inclined to take it if I actually swept that, but we never actually did. Then um, at this moment, right, ES sweeps Asia low, so I want to take shorts right now. And then NQ comes back down, sweeps at London low, and now I really don't want to take shorts. I don't want to see us go higher. And that's exactly what we fucking do. Um, let's see here. Yeah, so I'm just gonna mark this out real quick. So we sweep out this London low. There was a trade down at the bottom, but I don't like to trade reversals. I like to trade continuations, and this was really the only continuation that we had. Uh, Actually, no, I'm tripping. There's no trade down here. Um, yeah, let me just scroll over to ES real quick. Yeah, so we come down, we tap into this 5 minute, and then we get an inverse gap right there. I don't. I would have taken that. I definitely would have taken that. I would have taken it on the close of that one just because it closed right above. Good displacement out of it, and I'll put my stop at these wicks. Um, and yeah, we just it didn't go up. Uh, Reason being, not sure. It happens sometimes. We guess we wanted to retrace a little deeper. Um, so I would have taken that L, but I got off at that point. I hopped back on and I saw this fail, and I was like, oh no, that was like a perfect setup. That's exactly what I want to see. I would have put a decent amount of risk on the table with that because that's a pretty high conviction trade in my opinion. So then I still won a PM session, but I was just a little nerve-wracky to actually enter anything. So I saw we're still on this 5 minute. Um, Let me check ES, see if it was in a 5 minute too. Yeah, so ES was also in a 5 minute. And then we get this 5 minute inverse, and then we also get a tap back into that. Now, this is like perfect. This is so perfect. Um, Retracing to a 5 minute gap and getting a 5 minute inverse, so perfect. Reason why I didn't enter this though was because I saw that perfect entry fail, and I just didn't like anything else. I mean, normally I would like this, but I think I got in my head maybe. Um, and this was definitely a trade of the day. If I entered, I would probably put my stops down there, and TP would have been right there. Forrester Ward. Whoa. But like, actually, let me just I want to see how much I could have risked because also every single can, yeah, oh my God, every single candle today was incredibly small in the AM. PM session actually picked up a little bit, but um, yeah, like the max risk I could have risked on this was like 400. So could I have made 1600 from this trade? Well, not even actually. It would probably I think would have been like a little under. It probably been 1500. Yeah, I could have made 1500 on this trade. Yes, would have been a good trade. Yes. My side I missed out. Yes, but not the end of the world because there was a lot of low volume, lower probability conditions today. And yeah, honestly, like I did expect if we were gonna go higher to run up like this, but the timing also it was like the macro of 1150 to 1210. I never trade that deep into the New York session, so blah 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 whatever. We sweep all-time highs once again, and then this is where we get heavy displacement down. We get pretty big displacement down. This is like the only actual volume we had today. And this is the mistake that I made. So you like at all-time highs, you can short, but you want to see like very good, like the most perfect displacement you can ever see. This is the most perfect displacement you can ever see, basically. Um, Reason why I kind of got faked out, just because we were inside of this range, right? And we swept out all the lows. There are no targets to go lower down here. Uh, so I didn't like that. But if you do look at this, we had 5 minute here, 5 minute here, 5 minute here, 5 minute here. We have a breaker block right there. We come into the breaker block on this isn't the breaker block, this is the gap, but it also counts. Comes to the breaker block and the 5 minute gap right here. As soon as ES taps that higher gap, we get displacement down. Um, 5 minute inverses right there. Let's see if there is something on the 1 minute. All right, let's see what I would have taken. Yeah. Oh my God, it was so clear. Uh, yeah, this short is so clean. Would have entered half right here, and then another half right here. So my fill would have been right here. Stops would have been at this low, expecting these two for value gaps to hold, or this one for value gap to hold, I guess, and the inverse. And yeah, TP would have been down here. So 1.6 are, let's see if I actually could have risked anything. Looks like I could have risked a lot more. Yeah, risk 700 on this. Would have made like 1200. Yeah, and like nothing crazy big, but yeah, when you see that very clear displacement, even if you're at all-time highs, like you should probably take that. I did want us to go higher because there was more gaps up here that I wanted to see filled, and also all the targets are lower were kind of filled. I think that's why we ended up just chopping for the rest of the day, kind of. We were kind of bearish, but like if you look at the 5 minute, there was no 5 minute gaps, there was zero. That's when you get off the charts. But there was 5 minute gaps here, and yeah, again, the reason why I didn't take this is just because like I didn't have confidence at all-time highs to the short. Um, but like we got that displacement, so there's no reason why I shouldn't. Honestly, I'm not even mad at myself. If there was still a target lower, this would have been a great trade. Like if there was stacked lows down here or a gap or something that we didn't fill. But then again, like this that we swept, there was no more lows below this. And so I kind of wanted to see us like if we wanted to go lower, I want to see us confirm we're going lower. If we look at the 1 hour, obviously we didn't want to go lower, but like inside this gap. We were inside this 1 hour. We kept going back in. We swept the lowest low inside of that gap. There's no lows until like down here, which we did end up coming to, but that is such a fucking stretch. Like, there's no way you can really tell. So honestly, the only trade, um, I would have been happy. This would have been fine if it wasn't for the situation. I'm happy the situation I didn't take it. But yeah, no, this displacement of after sweeping London low. We get retrace into a five and then an inverse of the five, and then a tap back in for a better entry. Like you don't get better than that. Um, but yeah, that's it for me today. Very, very midday. I also yeah, I didn't take any trades today. But I was on the charts for I want to say 4.5 hours. So yeah, my brain is fucking rotted. I don't think I'm ever gonna do that again. If I am going to look for a trade, I will like sometimes I will check my phone and look for a 5 minute gap tap. If I see a 5 minute gap open up, clear displacement, all that, 1 minute looks clean, all that, I'll hop on my laptop and I'll like look for a little bit. But in no way, shape, or form was this healthy or good for my trading long term. So I think I will not continue doing that. And yeah, that's it for today. I'm I really hope tomorrow's some good price action. Like we have gotten jack shit this week, and I just want one good day this week. You know, I preserve my capital all this week. Just like I want NQ to just like bless me up. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. Okay, whatever. It's trading, but this shit sucks sometimes.